Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we've got the Poco X3, or as known in the past, Poco Phone X3. Poco is like a sister brand to Xiaomi, and this is the X3 model with the NFC, which is the successor to the, I believe, F1 and the X2. I think that there's been some changes with the names of the Poco phones, but basically that's the third generation of the F phones, but it's called X. Yay! Right, so we've got the quite cool clear case, which isn't always a given, and considering the price of the phone, which is like £159 or something, it's actually pretty decent. They bundle it with a case as well. We've got the box standard manual, a very fast actually charger bundled in the box, and then we've got the Type-C cable as well. There are no headphones, but to be honest, considering the price and getting a really fast charger in the box, I have to admit it's still pretty decent. And that was the key to open the SIM tray. So we've got the back of the phone. The phone is made of plastic. You can't really expect much more within this price. But to be honest, I really dig the look of the phone. It looks really nice in my opinion. Yes, it is a fingerprint magnet, but it looks really nice, especially with these camera lenses on the back. It looks quite professional, and to be honest, the camera itself is, well, all the lenses that make the camera pretty decent. We've got the fingerprint sensor on the side. We've got the second microphone on the very top. We've got the SIM tray on the left, and we're going to open the SIM tray because I know it's important for you guys to know if it's a hybrid type of SIM slot or is it a non-hybrid, and unfortunately it is a hybrid, which means you either get a memory card and a SIM card or you get two SIM cards. So yes, it is a dual SIM phone. If you're thinking about buying one in UK, you do get the dual SIM variant, which is really, really nice. And then we've got Type-C headphone jack and the second speaker to the side on the bottom. Then when we unlock the phone, we're gonna have a quick look. So we've got the front-facing 20 megapixel camera sticking out of that 6.67 inch IPS display. Then when we look at the handset itself, we are running on Android 10, which is brilliant. Again, not always given in this price range. We've got the Snapdragon 732. We've got 6 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of internal storage, but as you've seen, expandable via memory card. You can get the 128 gig variant as well, which is, I believe, £249 here in UK. When it comes to connectivity and sharing, obviously Bluetooth, obviously Wi-Fi, but like I did mention, you do get NFC as well, which is a big thing because you can use Google Pay, not Play with it, which is, in my opinion, brilliant and isn't always a given. When it comes to unlocking the phone, you can unlock it via the fingerprint sensor or the face unlock, which I will cover in a second. You've got double tap to wake and you've got lift to wake as well. Then when it comes to display, we've got a special reading mode, removes the blue hue, and you can even adjust it to put less strain on our eyes in the evening. When it comes to color scheme, obviously you can adjust the color range to your liking, which is really nice, and you can obviously use that color wheel on the bottom. Then we've got a big thing, so we've got 60 Hz or 120 Hz refresh rate. Do bear in mind that 120 Hz, apart from feeling absolutely brilliantly smooth, takes approximately 2 hours out of the battery life, so some sacrifices have to be made. We've got the system-wide dark mode as well, which you can schedule to, for example, turn on when the sun goes down, or you can just leave it on constantly. It doesn't give you as much benefit as it does on the OLED screen, but it's still nice. Then we've got a full screen mode, which kind of hides the notch. Well, they call it the notch, but there is not really much in terms of the notch itself, notch, purely because it's just a camera cutout. But if you'd like to, you can hide it. So you can set it either system-wide, or you can just select certain applications that you want to hide the camera cutout. When it comes to sound, obviously we're going to do a sound test later on, but without connecting the headphones, you've only got a couple of presets. When you do connect the headphones themselves, which I will do in a second, as you can see, all the options are grayed out, but when you do connect the headphones, you've got a bit more flexibility in that range, so you can adjust the equalizer, you can adjust the volume for your liking, you can even choose different headphones, and yes, these are mainly Xiaomi or Poco headphones. However, if you do connect box standard headphones, it still makes a difference. So there's a lot of flexibility in that aspect when it comes to sound quality, and you can find something that you're gonna like more than anything else. Like I did mention, in terms of passwords and security, we've got the face unlock and we've got the fingerprint. So this is face unlock. When it shows the tick, face tick, that means that the phone has been unlocked. So it's pretty fast. And then when it comes to fingerprint sensor, it's even faster. The fingerprint sensor is a bit more secure than the face unlock, because the face unlock works with a picture of your face. When it comes to battery life, we've got the 5160 mAh battery. When it comes to calls, it can last around 33 hours on a call, around 17 hours when browsing, and 14 hours of continuous video playback. So I have to admit, it lasts a lot. It's a pretty decent endurer. All of the tests, like I said, I've run in 60 Hz. When it comes to charging the device, it takes approximately an hour to fully charge it. Now, one of the cool things is that the Netflix supports Widevine L1 on this device, which means, yes, you can watch in full HD. I know it's been a while since the F1 was released and the even Mi 8, but yeah, it's always nice. Now, when it comes to the actual camera, there's quite a lot going on in here when it comes to the camera itself. So you've got the AI, you've got the portrait mode, you've got the HDR, auto HDR or manual HDR, you've got the Pro mode for both the camera and the video recording as well. Again, not always a given within this price range, and even, to be honest, when it comes to more expensive phones, it's not always a given. So we've got the 64 megapixel primary camera, which is made by Sony, and that is an f-stop 1.9. We've got the second 13 megapixel camera, which is the ultra wide, and that is f-stop 2.2. And then we've got the macro camera, which is 2 megapixels with an f-stop 2.4 and an LED flash. So there's quite a lot of going on when it comes to the camera. When it comes to video recording, we can record in 1080p, 30, 60 and 4K at 30 frames per second. Camera samples, as usual, at the very end of the video. As you can see, the menu is fully customizable. You can even change the layout of the additional features of the camera, additional modes. So that's always nice. Auto banding, let's leave it on auto. Like I did mention, when it comes to video, 1080p 30, 60, 4K. It's not always a given, but obviously we've got the Snapdragon 732G in here. As you can see, you can record in both H.264 and H.265, which should save us some space when it comes to saving the files. As you've seen, that was the Pro mode as well, and it's pretty decent Pro mode, I have to admit. So you can change the shutter speed, the ISO, the exposure value, and so on. When it comes to slow-mo, we've got 720p and 1080p. And we do actually have 120, 240 and 960. Wow. I remember when it was only Xperia. And then, as usual, right after the camera, we've got the audio speaker test. First some music and then some videos. Into the gaming side of things, we're gonna start with Call of Duty Mobile, which is one of my favorite free-to-play games, to be honest. Definitely better than PUBG because of the quicker sessions, because when you're a 36-year-old dad, you don't have that much time to play PUBG Mobile. But yeah, as you can see, performance-wise, brilliant. I mean, Call of Duty Mobile is actually a really well optimized game, and it runs on literally anything from Snapdragon 420 to obviously the 865. But the more demanding title would be Minecraft Mobile, which you can see I've got the Xbox One controller paired with to the Poco X3, Xbox One. Via Bluetooth, and Snapdragon 739 is actually pretty decent powerhouse, as you can see in the settings, because you do ask a lot about the actual settings. I've even got the fancy clouds on, and it runs really well. Now, the thing about the phone itself, you can't really enforce 120 Hz to run constantly, so most of the games, if they don't support 120 Hz, they will run in 60 Hz. And to be honest, I wasn't even able to get the 128 Hz to run on the Chrome constantly, so it's a weird one. But hopefully it will be fixed by Xiaomi at some point. But yeah, as you can see, the performance is really, really, really good in Minecraft. So I've really invested heavily in Stadia recently and just wanted to test the performance. It's way better than the recently reviewed Nokia 3.4. It's actually playable. Now you do have to remember that unfortunately my recording zone side room is like 2 rooms away from the router, so there will be a bit of a stutter, but as you can see, the game is fully playable with the Stadia, even if I'm so far away from the actual Wi-Fi router, and it actually performs really well on the Poco phone. In my opinion, it's future of gaming, and this is how it's gonna look like from now on. I'm playing Destiny 2 now. I did invest in a bit more titles, and I did also buy the Osrey and the Razer Kishi controller for Stadia, which I'm going to review very soon. So stay tuned. So yeah, thanks for watching another episode of Quick Expert Reviews, and I'll speak to you soon, guys. Bye!